Hey guys, welcome back to WODdoc Project 365, episode 368. Today what we're doing is talking about how do we isolate this large back muscle that we have. We call it the quadratus lumborum, okay? And as it gets tight, it can be responsible for messing up some of those squatting maneuvers that we do all so often in the CrossFit community. So, what we're going to do today is first talk about the anatomy, the real estate that it takes up, okay? And what we're looking at here is we're looking at the lower, say, third of the ribs, okay? Like the lower third, or the lower 3 or 4 ribs that we have, okay? And so we're talking right here, and then we come down, and it then attaches lower to that iliac crest. The iliac crest is the bone that kind of runs all the way across into the belt line, so to speak, okay? So when we talk about total real estate, we're talking about from here down, okay, to right around this region as well. Now, it's responsible for hiking the hip, okay? However, it shares some responsibility and can be kind of covered up by the lat tissues, okay, because they're in the same regions and locations. So what we're going to do today is a variation of a side angle. For all you yogis out there, some of you guys will love this because I'm using something like that. Other of you guys will hate me for bastardizing it, but it'll get the point across either way, okay? Here's what we're going to do. We want to be able to kind of stretch out this side of the hip or lengthen this hip as much as we can. So what you're going to notice is as I'm mobilizing the left side here, I'm dropping my left knee, okay? That kind of squares up our hips and equalizes them the best that we can. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring the same side that the knee is down, we bring that elbow to the other side of this kind of lunge pose that we have. Now, I have this here, you don't necessarily have to have it there, but it's great to lean on, because what I'm going to do here is now I'm just going to drive my hips towards the side that the knee is down, okay? So I get this cross, I kind of pre-tension this lower part of my back here. I don't want to lunge too far forward because I'm not really trying to get a lot of tension into the hip flexors, okay? I'm trying to concentrate onto the lower back. And the reason why this is different than, say, a psoas maneuver where my arm is up in the air is because that, again, engages a lot of that groin area, okay? And also, you're lengthening a lot of that lat tissue, okay? So we can kind of like cover up, if our lats are really, really tight, what we'll do is we'll kind of just we'll take up all that tension with lat tissue rather than being able to focus and isolate on the quadratus lumborum. So the arm's gonna stay down and just across the body like such. And then we're going to drive our hip towards our knee that's down, okay? You can see that I'm holding on here. I don't have to. If we're really good and we're really yogi-ish, okay, we can put our hands together and drive across forward. Or I can take my free hand as well and kind of just drive into my hip. So I'm going to drive everything in that direction, okay? Let me show it to you from the other angle so you guys can see it from there. I'm going to do my right hip this time, okay? So now I'm going to be isolating my right quadratus lumborum. This leg gets pushed back. Remember, we're not driving too far forward because we're not trying to get a lot of hip flexor engagement, and we're not lifting our arm up really, really high because we're not trying to soak up all that slack with our lat, okay? So we're kind of just in a neutral lunge position here. I drive, and this time my right arm over top, okay? That preloads and pre-tensions my lower back right in this region right here. I take my free arm, and I'm just gonna drive my hip over. My chest stays up relatively square and relatively tall. I don't lunge too far forward. I don't come too far back. Everything kind of tries to stay as square as we can. Now, we can use a contract-relax mechanism to really loosen up this tissue. What that means is we come from a neutral position, we breathe out, okay? And then we can try to raise our hip, like if we're going to try to lift, okay? And then take another deep breath in, deep breath out, just try to push that hip back over, okay? You don't have to if balance is a trouble. If balance is a problem for you, literally just get into that position, hang out here 2 to 4 minutes, switch sides, and we'll see if we can loosen up this lower portion of our back, increase our ability to squat, or at least make it more comfortable. Guys, until tomorrow, we're optimizing function to optimize performance.